Hello friends, my name is Masum and I welcome you to another episode of Electric Gaadi. Recently, the Tesla CEO Elon Musk has announced that Tesla has plans to enter the Indian market by the end of 2019. The entry will be partial, that means it will start with a couple of big metro cities and then slowly it will expand into other metro cities and probably the tier 2 cities depending on how the demand and the infrastructure evolves over time. Now, this is quite positive news, especially when you consider that recently the Indian government has opened up the FAME 2 scheme, which is a subsidy that the government would be providing to for the development of the electrical vehicle industry in India. And this subsidy is in the range of $1.5 billion and it's distributed over a period of 3 years. So this news is quite positive that the government on one side is encouraging the adoption of electric vehicles and the leading manufacturers globally are also homing in on India to provide the latest and the best world-class products. Recently, I got a chance to visit one of the Tesla showrooms in Gothenburg in Sweden, where I saw the Tesla Model X. So in this video, we'll just have a brief review of how Tesla Model X looks from outside, insides, and we'll also try to have a bonus bit where we will be looking inside the architecture, like if you remove the body, how does the electric car looks like. So without wasting much time, let's get started. So the design of Tesla Model X is very much like SUV. If you remember BMW X6, the design is very similar to that. The design is very clean and conservative, so it has a good tendency to age slowly. If we talk about the models available for Tesla Model X, there are three models. First one is the long range model, which has a total driving range of 565 kilometers. It has a motor which can deliver a combined power of 423 horsepower. It can do a 0 to 100 sprint in under 5 seconds. It has a battery of 100 kilowatt hours, though 95 kilowatt hours is the usable capacity. It supports AC fast charging up to 16 kilowatts and DC fast charging up to 120 kilowatts. The next one is the performance model, which has motors which are tuned to deliver almost 680 horsepower. It can do a 0 to 100 sprint in under 4 seconds. It has a battery similar to the long range version of 100 kilowatt hour with usable capacity of 95 kilowatt hour, and it supports both AC charging 16 kilowatts and DC fast charging up to 120 kilowatts. And the third one is the ludicrous performance mode. It has all the specifications which are same as the performance mode. The only difference is that it can do a 0 to 100 sprint in under 3 seconds, which makes it the fastest accelerating SUV in the world. So that's all about the specification. Now let's take a look at the design aspects and other things with the help of a video.
So now coming to the design part of the Tesla Model X. It looks unmistakably a SUV. From the rear, the design is quite neat. It's more like a notchback with the roof slowly integrating into the rear door, which is a typical notchback character. And then you have the two big gullwing doors, or as Tesla calls it, Falcon doors. They look quite awesome, and they are also quite ergonomic because they make easy entry and exit from the vehicle. And then as we move towards the front of the car, we can see these nice LED headlamps with the projector with the daytime running lamps running at the bottom. And the design is very neat and clean, conservative. And the car looks quite stunning from the front 3/4 angles with the Tesla logo sitting in the middle. Now let's look at the inside. So let's try to get inside the car. Out on its own, quite cool. You expect these kind of things in these expensive and fancy cars. So on the inside, it's quite nice, digital instrument cluster and this nice big touchscreen which everyone talks about. So let's start with getting some music started up. Avicii, wake me up. Nice. So this should be the navigation option. So here you get a map with all those red dots indicating the Tesla supercharging stations where you can charge your Tesla at very high rates. And then it gives some details about what are the specifications for the charging stations. Okay, nice. It's quite nice and easy to zoom in, and the touch quality is quite good. Let's start to navigate somewhere to Jönköping. So it's now trying to calculate the route. So it has got the route. It will take roughly 1 hour 41 minutes, 147 kilometers, and 34% battery would be left by the time we reach the destination. Okay, what about if we try to navigate to some longer distance? Okay, let's choose Oslo. Oslo is the capital of Norway, and I would say, well, it's like the capital of the electric cars. Norway has been quite famous for promoting a lot of electric cars. And yeah, there are some really good benefits for having electric cars over there. Okay, so it's calculated. By the time we reach Oslo, we'll have 23% battery. It's 298 kilometers, 3 hours 31 minutes, and we should be taking a break at Soli. Do some supercharging for 20 minutes. Calendar, nothing connected. Maybe it syncs with the phone. What is this? This is the consumption meter. So this says how have you been driving on an average, your consumption in watt-hour per kilometer and your projected range, average and instantaneous. And this is in last 25 kilometers, and this is how you've been driving in the last 10 kilometers. Okay, what is this? Internet services has some Tesla model page to schedule a test drive. Rear cam, and this should be for pairing up the phone. Quite logical. Okay, let's see if we can find something else. Controls. Okay, what does this look like? Doors. Okay, so this is to control the doors. Some settings for suspension and ride height. Driving. Maybe set up how you would like your steering and acceleration characteristic, and some level of regenerative braking. Some temp setting for your heat, steering and wipe windscreen. Trip settings, so it's like a trip counter. Displays, yeah, to adjust the screen brightness. And e-brake, it's like the parking brake. Okay, what we have over here, some lighting, small reading lamps, ambient lighting, it adjusts the lighting inside the car. Some low beam or to high beam setting. That's quite good for especially for the Indian market, where everyone beams into your eyes. But overall, this touchscreen looks quite good. I mean, it's quite good change from how it used to be before, and the car with so many buttons, and now it's some model information, and now it's quite good with these seamless touchscreens. So people are so used to using their iPhones and smartphones, and it's nice to have more or less the same kind of displays in the vehicles. So I would say it's super cool, and I would really like if more and more cars start to have something like this, and I'm pretty sure we'll have a lot of it in the future. Okay, nice. So here in the instrument cluster, let's see, what do we have? To the right we have the same average consumption. In the middle we have some information about this model. To the left we have maps, some temp readings, and how much we can go on our current battery. Impressive. And the dashboard design is quite neat, no special things, some good quality leather stitching. Some storage spaces over here for your bottle holders, or you can have coffee mugs, and maybe here for knickknacks, coins. How do I close this? Okay, nice, cool touch. And some extra cup holders over here. But all in all, the cabin quality is quite good. I'm really satisfied with it. In the boot, I found some charging cables. So this is the standard AC charging cable from Tesla. At the other end of this onboard charging cable, we have a connector, and this connector can go to either your wall plug via this connection, or you can have this connection plugged in to connect it to the supercharging stations directly to get some high power AC charging. Now we come to the bonus bit. Everyone says that the electric cars are quite simple, they have lesser moving parts, but no one sees it. So for that we need to look more deeper inside, like beyond the body. What do we see if we remove the body, and how does it look when we compare it to the conventional vehicle? So here we have image or a video of this interior from the front part of the car. You can see that there is a big electric motor connected to the axles. which are obviously connected to the wheels. You have the steering rack, ABS unit, and the AC pump. So it's quite simple. You don't have the engine, so you don't have that big mass lurking in the front, and almost no moving part except for the motor. And then as we move to the rear of the car, you can see these flat panels. This is where your high voltage battery sits, yes, below the seats. And then to the to the right, we have this induction motor, and to the left, we have the inverter. So it's quite simple. It's very less amount of moving parts. It's mostly electrical part, and that's why it's quite simple and more efficient than a combustion engine.
So I hope you learned something new about the Tesla Model X from the current video. If you like the video, then please click the like button, and if you want to stay connected with our channel, then just click on subscribe button and also hit the bell icon so that you get the notification about all our new videos. So that's all for today. I'll meet you again in a new video with some new interesting topic about electric car. Till then, goodbye and take care.